A very good morning to everyone present here. Welcome to class 11th Business Studies. Yesterday we started the chapter number 2 of our BST, that is forms of business organization, where I told you that there are various forms of business organization that a person can start. For example, if you are an individual and if you want to start a business, then definitely it would click in your mind that which form of business organization you want to start, which form of business you want to do or you want to pursue. So definitely you must know the different characteristics of different forms of business organization, that in which case which business organization would suit you. So there are 5 forms of business organizations that we have to study, right? The very first form of business organization, I introduced it with yourself yesterday, that is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship means single ownership. When there is a single owner, there is a sole proprietor, there is a sole owner, and that sole owner is wholesale responsible for the complete business. That means there is no other person involved in the business. He is the only one who is actually doing the complete business. He is the only one who is handling, who is managing, who is owing the complete business. He is the only one who is going to solely receive the complete profit, as well as, of course, he is the only one who is solely going to bear the complete risk also. So somewhere we simply will say that sole proprietorship refers to sole ownership, single ownership. All right. Then I introduced the second one with you. The second form of business that is available, I introduced it with you, that is joint Hindu family business. See, what is joint Hindu family business? Joint Hindu family business means that family business, of course, it's a family business, first of all, because it is being said that joint Hindu family. So it's a Hindu joint family business where there is a head of the family who is known as a Karta. And what Karta is doing? Karta is ultimately taking care of all the decisions of that family as well as the business. And what others have to do? The other people have to ultimately, they have to take care of ultimately all the decisions taken by the Karta, that whatever decision Karta has taken, they will just take all those decisions as, acceptance, and they will follow all the decisions. So this is the second form of business organization, that is joint Hindu family business. But the third form of business organization comes here is partnership. As I introduced yesterday, partnership is the basically grouping of 2 or more persons together who are actively going to participate and who are going to manage their business jointly, right? And will be taking all the decisions together. So that is partnership. They will have a common objective of the organization, and every partner has to work as per that common objective only. Then there is cooperative societies. Cooperative societies means all those societies who are cooperatively working, which means the members who have joined to be in that cooperative society, they will be actively participating and they will be coordinating the activities with all together for themselves only. Which means, for example, there is farmers cooperative society made by all the farmers. So all the farmers have jointly boosted up their money all together, and they will be helping each other by forming a cooperative society. Same way, there can be the marketing cooperative society, housing cooperative society. So that is all about the cooperative society. The last I introduced was joint stock company. Joint stock company is basically that company where there are many members who are investing in that company, buying the shares of the company, and as per that, accordingly, they are running the business. But remember that joint stock company is a separate legal entity, which means it is different from its members, because this company is being registered with the complete company law 2013. Earlier that was companies law 1956, but now it has been revised to companies law 2013. So this we did yesterday, and afterwards I introduced sole proprietorship with you. That what is sole proprietorship? And of course, sole proprietorship is the single ownership. Single ownership means when we simply say that this is the sole ownership of a business where only one person, one man army runs the complete business. This form of business is managed, controlled, and owned by only single person. That is known as a sole proprietor. So ultimately, sole proprietorship is that form of business where all the decisions are being taken care by the single owner itself, right? Then after this, I started with the features of sole proprietorship, and we discussed the features. We learned the features yesterday. Like first feature I told you is easy formation and closure, because it is actually very easy to form a sole proprietorship, and as well as it is very easy to close a sole proprietorship, because there is no hard and fast rule related, they're related to any law. Any particular law is not required for the sole proprietorship. So if you want to form a sole proprietorship, easily it can be formed, as well as it can be easily closed also. One man ownership and control. We all know that sole proprietorship is the single ownership. So of course, single man ownership and single man control lies in this situation where the person is a single owner, this person is a sole owner, and he has a control, and he has a single control over that. Sole risk bearer and recipient of profit. Sole proprietorship ke andar he is a sole risk bearer, which means he is the one who is going to take the sole risk. He will be just taking all the risk solely. And of course, he is the sole recipient of profit also, because he doesn't have to share the profit with anyone. Why? Because he is the sole risk bearer. So of course, he will be the sole profit recipient also. He will be just hosting, he'll be just taking out the profit also. Unlimited liability. He faced the unlimited liability. I told you in the sole proprietorship, the business and the person both are same. When they both are same, that means if in any case he has taken loan from bank or anyone, then if he is unable, if his business is unable to pay the debts of that, then ultimately his personal property can be fetched, and the proprietor himself has to arrange the money anyhow, and he has to pay the money to the bank or to the creditor, right? No separate entity. There is no separate legal entity. As I told you, it is very easy to form without any law required. So of course, there is no separate entity. The business and the businessman both seems to be same here in the case. And of course, there is no legal requirement involved in sole proprietorship. The lack of continuity of business. Businesses continuity is being lagged here. Why? Because there is only one person who is working, and if that one person died or he dies, ultimately his business will get stopped. So there is lack of continuity of the business once the person is died. So first feature we have already covered, easy formation and closure. No legal formalities are there, no separate law is there which governs the sole proprietorship. So definitely easily you can start the business. Very easily you can just start the business, and also you can close the business also very easily, because it's your business, you are the only one. You can anytime open the business, you can anytime close the business. So there is no legal rule employed with this. One man ownership and control. The second feature we did, that sole proprietor has a one man army, is a one owner only. He is the only one who is actually going to deal with the complete business. So he alone makes all the decisions relating to the business, and of course he only carry out all the plans also. Third, we did sole risk bearer and profit recipient, because he is the only one, so complete risk will be borne by himself only. Business ka pura risk will be borne by, of course, himself only, and he is the sole profit recipient also. Profit recipient means the entire profit he is going to receive, the entire profit, because there is no one who would be suffering it. There is no one who would be basically dealing with himself, dealing with him. Why? Because he is the only owner. So definitely loss he will bear completely, and if profit is there, so he will receive the complete profit out of that. unlimited liability. As I told you that sole proprietors have unlimited liability, which means that the owner is personally responsible for payment of debts in case of the business is not able to meet all the debts. For example, if a bank has given me the loan to my business and my business is not able to pay off the debts to the bank, then definitely as an owner of the business, I have to arrange the money from anywhere and I have to give it to the bank, because my liability in the case is unlimited. No separate entity. The proprietor and the business are one and the same. There is no legal existence of business, and the business is not separate from its owner. So the business and the businessman both are considered to be same only, right? Lack of continuity of business, death. अगर sole proprietor की death हो जाती है, insanity, अगर वो किसी कारणवश पागल हो जाता है, imprisonment, due to any reason if he gets jailed, physical ailment, किसी वजह से उसका एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है, उसको फिजिकली चोट आती है, insolvency, his liabilities increases as per his assets. In all these cases, the sole proprietorship business is affected, of course, and it even leads to closure of the business, because there is no one else who is going to take care of the business. He is the sole one, he is the single one who takes care of the complete business. So definitely in the case, it would have a problem, right? Now, what are the merits of sole proprietorship? See, what is the difference between the features and the merits? Features means we talked about the characteristics of sole proprietorship. Characteristics may be positive or negative both. If suppose I get to know about the character, what are the characteristics of Mr. A? So Mr. A के characteristics में there can be some positive points in Mr. A as well as there can be some negative points in Mr. A. So characteristics or features means both inclusion of positive as well as negative points. But when we are talking about merits of sole proprietorship business, merits means we have to talk about the advantages. That what are the advantages? What are the benefits? Right? So here we will just talk about the positive points of sole proprietorship. First, quick decision making. Yes, it is very much interesting thing in sole proprietorship that there is quick decision making takes place in the sole proprietorship, which means the person enjoys freedom in taking the business decisions. Why? Because there is no one else, who is there in the business. So definitely we will simply say that there is quick decision making that takes place. Of course, there is quick decision making that takes place because he doesn't have to consult it with others. And when he doesn't have to consult it with others, so he is the only one who is taking all the decisions. And when he is taking all the decisions, then definitely he will not be asking it from the others, and he himself will be taking all the decisions. So there is of course quick decision making, whether he has to move to plan A or plan B, he has to himself decide. All right. Then next comes here is confidentiality in information. Somewhere the sole trader keeps all information confidential. Confidential means secret. His information of business will not be leaked because there is no chance of leaking out the information. Reason? Because he is the single owner, and when he is the single owner, of course he is not going to tell his information to everybody. He can confidentially keep all his information secret. So he maintains the secrecy. But do you think that secrecy or confidentiality of information would be maintained in partnership form of business too? Do you really think? Mention in the chat box, please. Do you think that this form of business would be this point, that is confidentiality of information, would definitely be taken care in the partnership too? Not at all, because there are two or more persons. Any one of them, if it is leaking the information to outside, there would be a problem. So definitely in the sole proprietorship, we say the confidentiality of information is maintained. Secrecy of information is maintained. And even he is not bound by the law to publish his accounts of his business in the public. Like every company has to publish their accounts in newspaper, but there is no law in sole proprietorship. Have you ever seen that the barber shop, he is going to publish his account in the newspaper? Or any grocery store, clothes shop, they are just going to publish their accounts in the newspaper? Not at all, because they're not bound to do that. So confidentiality of information is maintained here. Direct incentive. The one who is taking the loss, who is bearing the risk, of course, is eligible to get the direct incentive also. He doesn't have to distribute his incentive. He doesn't have to provide that incentive to others, because he is the only one who will be directly taking the complete incentive. He is the only one who will be directly taking the complete incentive. So direct relationship between effort and reward. Show your effort, take the reward, grab the reward. So direct incentive takes place in case of sole proprietorship, because he doesn't have to share his profits with anyone else. So directly he is eligible for the complete profit. Sense of accomplishment. You know, many people have this in their minds. In fact, many of you would have this in your mind, that I want to do my own business. Kindly write in the chat box who all wants to do the business and not the job. Who all wants to establish their own business and not the job? Kindly mention in the chat box, please. I just want to see who all wants to do their own business. जो जॉब नहीं करना चाहते, जो अपना खुद का बिजनेस एस्टैब्लिश करना चाहते हैं, जिनके मन में स्टार्टिंग से है that we will be doing our own business only, and that too will be establishing it at very high scale or medium scale. Till now I didn't receive any message. Means nobody wants to be in the business. Okay, so you know, somewhere people have the sense of accomplishment. Sense of accomplishment means where we simply say that by doing the sole proprietorship business, the person reaches its personal goal. That he wanted to do a successful business, and if he is successful, he will have a sense of accomplishment, that yes, I did it. I did it myself without anyone else interference. So his confidence improves, his confidence boosts up. Why? Because he gets the accomplishment by himself, from himself, in fact, because he is the only one who is running the business, right? Then next merit is easy formation and closure, which was in the features also. That is, of course, it is very easy to form the business, and of course it is very easy to close the business as well. So it's very easy to form the business, to start the business, as well as it is very easy to close the sole proprietorship business as well. All right, let us see the demerits. Now demerits means that what are the problems in the sole proprietorship business, because there would be some of the problems. Now just have a look at demerits of sole proprietorship business. The very first demerit is limited capital. You know, there is only one person. There is only one person who is working as a sole proprietor. Then of course, who will be employing the capital in the business? That only one person. So capital would be limited, or it would be more, it would definitely be limited capital. Because if it would have been partnership, more people will employ the capital. If it would have been the company, many people would employ the capital. But it is the sole proprietorship. That means only one person is going to employ all the capital in the business, and capital would not be so large. That's why the limited capital takes place in the sole proprietorship business, because the one who is going to start the business, he will have only limited capital, and of course his capital only will be invested in his business. So limited capital is observed in the form of sole proprietorship business, right? Limited managerial ability. If we three people are together and doing the business, definitely we will be taking decisions collectively. I will be showing my expertise, you will be showing your expertise, and he will be showing his expertise. All our managerial skills together will work in the business. But what about in the sole proprietorship? You know, in the sole proprietorship, there is only one person involved. And when there is only one person involved, of course, there is limited managerial ability as well. Limited managerial ability means now there is only one person who is going to take out all the decisions of the business. So his managerial expertise, his managerial ability will only work here, because no one else is there in the business. So there is limited managerial ability which is being observed in sole proprietorship, because of the only one person who is there in the business, right? Then unlimited liability. I told you already in the features that a sole proprietor has an unlimited liability. Unlimited liability means simple when we clearly say that if he has to pay out the debts, then his personal property even can be fetched. His personal property even can be fetched in the case if he is unable to pay out the debts to people. अगर वो बाहर यानी कि आउटसाइडर्स को अपने डेट्स पे नहीं कर पा रहा, तो उसकी पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी फेच कर ली जाएगी और उसको पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी बेच करके बैंक को लोन रीपे किया जाएगा. This is called unlimited liability, and unlimited liability takes place in the sole proprietorship only. Then next is limited life of business. I told you continuity. There is no continuity in the business. If he is the sole proprietor, if he gets jailed due to any case, if he is died, he becomes lunatic mind. He gets insolvent, business is closed, because he was the only one who was running the business. If he is not there, then who will now run the business? So the business is closed. But that was about the sole proprietorship that we did now. I hope it's clear to everyone. We did 3 topics in sole proprietorship. First of all, what is the meaning of sole proprietorship? Where we have discussed about that sole proprietorship refers to the form of business organization which is owned, managed, and controlled by the sole person, single person. Then confidential. After that, we have the features of sole proprietorship. Features: easy formation and closure. It is very easy to form and easy to close the business, because of course no one else is there in the business, and of course mainly there is no legal restriction imposed on the sole proprietorship required. Then one man ownership and control. There is only single owner who is going to completely control the business, and he is of course the one man. So ultimately he is taking all the decisions in the business, right? Sole risk bearer and the sole recipient of profit. He is the one who is completely will be bearing all the risk, will be taking the loss, and of course he will be receiving the complete profit also out of that. Unlimited liability, because he and his business are same. So if the business is not able to repay the loan, then the sole proprietor himself will be paying the loan, right? So he has an unlimited liability. No separate entity. The proprietor and the business both are one and same. There is no separate law which is creating the sole proprietorship business. Then we have the lack of continuity of business as a feature, that if a sole proprietor dies, becomes lunatic mind, or gets imprisonment due to any case, physical ailment, insolvent, then the business will be stopped automatically, because he is the only one who was running the business. If he will not be there present in the business, who will run the business? Some merits: quick decision making, because he doesn't have to share with anyone, he doesn't have to make plans with anyone, he will be taking the decisions solely, so quickly he can take the decisions. Confidentiality of information as a merit, that information will be confidential, the secrecy will be maintained, and according to any law he doesn't have to show his books of accounts to anybody. So ultimately his profit, loss, risk, whatever books of accounts will be there, he will be just keeping it as a secret and confidential. Direct incentive: there is direct incentive. Basically it is found that there is direct incentive, which means whatever profit he is getting, he would be just taking it directly, right? And there would not be any such point that he is not getting the reward. He will be taking all the rewards directly. Sense of accomplishment: it is found that being a sole proprietor, when you are the sole owner, so it increases your confidence level. It gives you a sense of accomplishment that what you wanted to pursue, you have pursued or you have started. Then easy formation and closure: it is easy to form and it is easy to close also, because ultimately it is very much clear that you can easily form the business, and there is no separate law required for that, so you can easily close the business as well. But some of the demerits, like limited capital, because it is not the partnership, it is the sole ownership, which means only one person is going to employ all the capital. So when one person is only employing the capital, so somewhere it is a limited capital in the business. Limited managerial ability: skills are also limited, because he is the only one who is expert in the business, no one else is there, so definitely he will be taking care of all the decisions. Somewhere might be possible that his decisions are accurate, but somewhere it can be there that his decisions are not accurate, so somewhere limited managerial ability takes place. Then unlimited liability, already covered in the feature. Limited life of business, already covered in the feature, that there is limited life of the business as well. All right, we'll be doing the joint Hindu family business in the next class.